Can I please ask you why you keep accepting bare minimum, below minimum, breadcrumbs, like not even anything? Why are you still accepting that? Do you feel as though you keep attracting the same types of people into your life, the same types of situations? Same, low-key same. Okay, but you know what? I have learnt my lesson time and time and time and time again. So I can now sit here and tell you how and why this keeps happening to you. Because I promise you, it is not really your fault. It's more of just a karmic lesson. It's more of just lessons need to be learned. It's a thing of life. It is genuinely life. This is why this keeps happening to you. Because you are letting life happen to you. You are not taking it headfirst and headstrong and saying, no, I do not expect or accept this type of treatment. Goodbye. That is why it keeps happening to you. Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Molly and I'm so happy to have you here in this amazing space, this amazing community that we have here. Like, really and truly, I am so eternally, I'm getting chills. I'm literally getting chills. I'm genuinely so eternally grateful just to have you here in this space with us, to have you here on this self-development, on this journey, just to be in that girl, like just to be in that bitch, just to be in the shit. Do you know what I mean? We're gonna be the shit. And so I'm so grateful just to have you here on this journey with us. We have got a lot to learn together. We're gonna do it together. It's not me telling you, it's not me helping you, it's us helping each other. It's me implementing and teaching and expressing things I've learned in my life thus far to hopefully help you. And I'd love to hear your advice back. I'd love to hear what you've learned so far in life. But today I really wanted to touch on the principle of karmic lessons, the principle of having to learn lessons, and why sometimes it feels as though you keep attracting the same types of people, the same types of environments, the same types of situations into your life, like without you actually wanting that to happen, and why you feel like you can never actually attract the right types of people. Whether that be friendships, romantic, whether that be careers or jobs, or, you know, you finally feel as though you have it and then it all crumbles down. Basically just the principle of life, like just why this keeps happening to you and how you can really break free from it, and how you can really just say like, look, this is not what I want. I refuse to accept this or any less, and keep on living, keep on actually like living. I hope this video helps you and is of interest to you, because recently I've been really thinking about how I have found I always attract the same type of situation. Not to go into too much detail, not to be too TMI into my personal life, but I have always found that since I was like the age of 14, from that sort of age, I have always found the same cycles keep repeating in every single person that I end up speaking to. And I realized what the issue is. Issue is that I allow myself to be treated in a certain type of way, or I refuse to ignore red flags, and it just fucks me over. Like, it's me, I've heartbroken myself. I've done it to myself, and I take full accountability. Because at the end of the day, you cannot control how other people will treat you in a relationship of any sense. I'm not even just talking romantic relationship, because this can happen with friends as well. Even in a friendship type, like I always found that I would attract the same types of friendships that just kept on leaving me drained and just kept on leaving me in the same situation like my whole life. And I realized why. It's because I allow that into my life. I accept it into my life. Therefore, I cannot sit at night and cry at the fact that people keep treating me like shit. Why? When you keep continuously allowing these types of people into your life. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. You know that whole saying of like, if you let someone walk over you, you're gonna be walked over your whole entire life? I used to hear that all the time. My parents would always say that to me. They were like, you know, you have to stick up for yourself now, because if you don't, your whole entire life people are going to keep walking over you. It is so true. There is such a truth to that, in the sense that if you don't learn your lesson, and if you don't acknowledge and accept that, look, I don't like being treated like this, so I refuse to accept this into my life again. If you just allow that, and if you just accept it, if you just accept the bare minimum because you don't believe you're worthy of getting anything else, of course you're going to keep having these same types of people, and of course you're going to keep having these same types of situations into your life. Of course you are, because you're accepting it. You're signaling to the universe and to yourself that this is what you're worthy of having. This is a type of friendships, relationships, treatment that you're worthy of, when it's far from the truth. And it's actually a very lack mindset. And when you operate in a lack mindset, when you are living life in a state of lack, in a state of I'm not worthy of this, I'm not deserving of this, even though you might not consciously believe it, but you subconsciously do, because if you subconsciously believed that you're worthy of good relationships, you're not going to be attracting negative ones, right? So subconsciously, if you're living in a state of lack mindset of I don't believe I'm worthy of this. Of course, I'm never gonna find the perfect husband or the perfect partner or the perfect friendship for me. Why does everyone else seem to have it, but I never do? I wish I had that. I wish I had that. It's the I wish I had that. That is the part of the lack mindset. You may think that you saying I wish I had something is abundant. I promise you it is far from it. Words are the language of the universe. Words are the language of what the type of frequency you are emitting, because it is just words. At the end of the day, saying I am this, I am that, I am this, I am healthy, I am successful, I am abundant. They are just words, but it's a frequency and it's an energy that comes along with saying these types of negative things. If you're saying to yourself, I am shit, I am ugly, all these negative attributes, it comes with a very low negative frequency, which again means you're living in a lack mindset. It means you're living in a lack state of energy. And that is exactly why you're not going to get the abundance, because you have to remember that mind and matter go together. They go hand in hand. They are the same thing. If your physical reality can determine your mind and can influence and impact the way you think, the way you feel, the way you operate, your energy, why can your mind not do the same thing? That's what they want you to believe. They want you to believe that mind and matter are two different things, but they're not. They're the same thing. Your mind can influence your physical reality and vice versa. And the book as well, which goes into this in a lot more depth, is Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Such a good book, really recommend. Yeah, that's kind of the principle of actually living in this type of mindset. Another reason as well as to why you may be feeling that things keep happening to you in your life is also because you have to remember that every experience that you have and every experience that you live lives inside of your body. It lives inside of your nervous system. You familiarize yourself with that and it becomes comfortable to you. Now, as an example, if you are used to being ghosted, let's say you're used to being ghosted, let's say you're used to liking somebody and they ghost you, or maybe in terms of a friendship, become friends with them and they turn out to be like the most jealous, bitchiest person you've ever met in your life. Let's say you have these different scenarios, right? From the first time you ever experience something like that, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna sting. Keep replaying it over and over and over in your mind. Why did this happen to me? What did I do wrong? It must have been me because maybe I'm unattractive, maybe this, maybe that. You think of a million different potential scenarios, a million different potential reasons as to why this particular thing has happened for you. There's no evidence, there's no proof, but this state of stress and this state of increased cortisol from overthinking, from the anxiety, from the stress of always like contemplating why something bad has happened to you, that someone else has made you feel, it's gonna live inside of your nervous system. It's gonna live inside of your atoms. It's gonna live inside of your energy, right? Inside of your body. Next time it happens to you, you are just immediately gonna be expecting the same thing to happen to you because it's familiar, because it's what you know. Now you associate this romantic partner or any type of romantic relationship in your life with heartbreak, you are gonna actively search for it in this relationship, or you're also just going to be naturally expecting it. You're basically manifesting it back into your life. You are expecting this to happen. Manifestation, I often find, for me personally, I often find I manifest things when I expect it to happen. If I'm just like, yeah, I know I'm going to get this particular career goal, like I just know it's going to happen, I'm just expecting it to happen because I have a genuine deep down innate knowledge and innate knowing that this thing is going to happen. I don't know how, I don't know when, but it's going to happen. It always happens because I have aligned myself. I have collapsed space and time. I have collapsed all of the physical components of this reality in terms of time, the hows, the whens, and me trying to have control over a said goal or said thing. I have collapsed all of that and I have just aligned myself on the frequency of the version of myself who has it. So now these things are gonna naturally just come together, right? It's naturally just gonna align. Same thing applies with the negative as well. You know that this person is going to end up ghosting me like every other guy has. You know this person's going to end up doing something, this friendship's going to end badly because all my other friendships have. You now expect it to happen. It's going to happen because you have aligned yourself to that level of frequency. Like I said, remember that words are the language of the universe. We are always speaking things into existence, whether or not you realize it. Not because your words have the power, but because the energy that is associated with the words have the power. If you are wondering, Molly, what the hell are you yapping on about? Like, this is all just a bunch of flipping nonsense. Let's go back to this book, okay? And the only reason why I mention this is because there's a few things in here which I was like, oh yeah, like that, facts, that makes sense. In the brain, are there specific tissues that are responsible for keeping the heart beating? Yes. And what are those tissues made up of? Cells. What the cells made up of? Molecules. And what are the molecules made up of? Atoms. And what are the atoms made up of? Subatomic particles. And what are the subatomic particles primarily composed of? Energy. We are energy. We are all energy. Every single thing that has atoms is an energy. Like, everything is always operating at a particular frequency, whether or not you realize it or not. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So it's about actually aligning yourself to the frequency of what it is you want. Now, this doesn't just come easily. This isn't just you being like, okay, you know what, yeah, I'm changing my mind, I do deserve to be treated that way. Because although you may think that, is your body and is your nervous system and is the energy that you're emitting with those words actually aligned? But the best way in which we can do this, and let's say with a romantic relationship as an example, the way you stop accepting and the way you stop attracting these types of people into your life is because you have to pass the karmic lesson. You've got a lesson which you have to sometimes learn in life over and over and over again. It'll keep coming into your life until you've learned the lesson. It'll keep happening in your life until you've learned what it is you need to learn. The way that we can now align our frequency and our energy with the words that we are saying is by actually actioning it. Let's say now we have a relationship that comes into our life. They are kind of breadcrumbing us, and on the normal time we would just be like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna keep accepting this because it's releasing dopamine in my brain, it's making me feel good. I never know when they're gonna reply, I never know what they're gonna say, I never know what's the next thing is gonna be. Like, it's always releasing dopamine in your brain. That's why it keeps you addicted. So normally you just keep accepting it, and normally at the end of it you'd cry, be like, I'm so heartbroken, why does this happen to me? Another guy will come into your life, do the exact same thing, you end up in the same cycle. When we now align the words of, you know what, I am no longer accepting this treatment in my life, I am attracting positive relationships, I'm attracting people who want to be with me, I'm attracting these types of people in my life, because we can say that all day long, but do your actions actually align to your words? And that is a way you then bring your energy to also match the words. So let's say now another guy comes into your life and he's starting to do the same thing. You now have a conscious choice. You have a choice whether or not you keep pursuing this relationship, just want to say that, relationship. You have a choice whether or not you want to keep pursuing this, or you have a choice whether or not you want to say goodbye. This is not for me. The minute you say goodbye, this is not for me, you are literally proving to yourself and to the universe and to everything in between that you don't accept that treatment. You don't accept being breadcrumb. You don't accept guys literally coming into your life, giving you the bare fucking minimum, then disappearing, then coming back when they want to pick you up and drop you again. You are literally proving to yourself and you are displaying that you don't get treated like that. Now, because you have shown and now that you have displayed that you don't get treated like that, you are no longer going to be attracting these types of people into your life because you have learned your lesson. Sometimes things keep happening to you because you need to learn the lesson in order for the cycle to stop. You have to break away from the frequency of, why does this keep happening to me? I keep attracting these guys into my life. You need to change that to, I no longer accept this type of treatment in my life. And when a guy comes into your life and does exactly that, this is your lesson. The universe is being like, here you go, learn this damn lesson. This is something for you to learn now. It is going to be hard. Every single lesson you have to learn is hard. But you know what is harder than doing the test? What is harder is you living a whole entire life where you are consistently having the same types of people in your life. Sometimes you have to realize, would my future partner treat me like this? If the answer is no, that is your answer. You are collapsing time and you're putting yourself on that frequency and on that energy and on that level of the new version and the highest version of yourself. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not entirely qualified. I'm not very extremely well versed on the world of manifestation, on the world of quantum physics. Like, I find it so fascinating. I love learning about it. I'm not entirely qualified, so some of this may be incorrect. This is genuinely based off of my past experiences. This is genuinely based off of what I have learned from life. And what I've learned from life is that life is a lesson and you have to learn the lesson. You can keep allowing life to happen to you. You can keep allowing things to happen to you because you just in your head equate yourself of not being worthy and you're just like, well, this is just what my destiny is. Or you can be like, this is not my destiny. You can take life, you can grab life by its bollocks and you can literally swing it around and say, no, this is not what I want. This is what I want and this is what I am going to get. That is exactly how you are going to have the life that you deserve, is if when you start deciding that you are worthy of having it. Aside from karmic lessons, you need to understand and realize how worthy you are as an individual. You need to understand your value and love and appreciate and accept and want to cherish what you bring to the table. You want to love those parts of yourself that when somebody is coming into your life who can't provide that, who isn't giving you what you can give them back, you have to realize that, look, I cannot continue this because it's just going to be draining you. If you have got more negative things to say about somebody in your life than positive, that highlights a lot about a friendship, or highlights a lot about a relationship, or highlights a lot about a situation. Everything I have said doesn't just apply to relationships, okay? I'm using it as an example because it's the most kind of imaginable. But even in terms of jobs as well, same principle applies to a job. The same principle applies to a career. The same principle applies to a friendship. If you believe you aren't worthy of being treated how you want to be treated, you don't believe that it's going to happen. Of course, it's not a conscious thing. It's a subconscious thing where you just, that's all you've ever known, that's how you've been brought up, that's how you've been raised. You've been raised always needing to go out of your way, have validation, and always needing to go out of your way to be validated or be accepted into your family, into your community, into your society, into your friendship circle. Then that obviously will then bleed into the thing with guys, or, you know, romantic partners. Instead of just realizing, look, this is the situation, this is it, take it for what it is and leave. You owe yourself that. Also as well, when you realize that you can give yourself so much love, so much love, so much kindness, so much everything that a relationship necessarily isn't providing you, you're not gonna settle. You're not gonna just accept bare minimum, breadcrumb, below minimum treatment from somebody if you know that you can give yourself and you can get more than that. When you realize there's people out there who are having yachts named after them, okay, and it's not about the materialism. Their partner will go along the roadside to pick flowers for them. You will find people who will go and do the actual most, who will want to spend time with you, who will want to invest in you, who will want to see you, who will want to be with you, who are going to be excited about seeing you, who count down the days to see you. You will find people who will literally go out of their way to ensure that you are in their life because they love you so much. And if you realize, look, do you think this person's ever going to do that for you? Then that's, again, your answer. That's your answer in itself. Why are you going to accept bare minimum? Why are you going to keep thinking that's all you can get? Because I promise you it is not all you can get. Start journaling, start writing things down, start understanding and start realizing what has led you to this point. What has made you be this insecure? What has knocked down your confidence? What situations in your life have proved to you over and over and over again that a relationship is always going to end badly? Write down every single experience that you have ever had with in a relationship, or with a friendship, or in a job, or in a career. Write down every single encounter and every single thing you can think of, because that's going to really highlight the type of treatment that you keep receiving, and it's going to help you to realize a pattern. Realize, what do you keep doing that keeps signaling that being treated in this type of way is okay? What is it that you keep doing and you keep accepting and you keep letting slide that is then allowing this pattern to continuously repeat? When you realize that, you can then knock it on the head when you see it in future, and that's going to how you're literally going to break the cycle and break the pattern in half. Because I'll tell you this, right? Think about it from your future self's perspective. When you envision a life of your future self, for example, I envision my life as my future self to be XYZ. I've got a whole entire picture laid out with my career, how I dress, how I act, how I move, how I show up in life. Does a partner who treats me like shit ever come into that equation? No. So I have to knock it on the head now. I have to not take that into my life with me. That is how, again, you collapse time. In healing, journaling, writing things down, also spending quality time with yourself. Stop trying to numb yourself. Stop trying to always scroll on social media every time that you are by yourself because you can't bear being alone with yourself. Start realizing and start understanding your love languages. Start showing up for yourself. Start buying yourself flowers. Start taking yourself out. Start treating yourself. Start actually showing up for yourself the way you'd expect someone else to show up for you, because that is going to be a mirror as to how other people are going to treat you. If other people see you taking care of yourself, other people see you treating yourself in a good type of way, they're not even going to think to treat you in a bad way, because they're going to think, well, she's got self-respect, she's got self-love. They're not even going to come into your orbit. They're not even going to come into your aura. They're not even going to come into your life, because they know they can't even get there. They're not even going to try, because you're not even on that frequency that they're on. Then you're not even going to cross paths, okay? So start putting and pouring back into yourself. Start loving yourself repeatedly, and also start understanding and start realizing what you want out of a particular relationship, whether that be romantic, friendship, whatever. Write down a whole list of things that are like your non-negotiables, things that are deal breakers, things that like you just wouldn't expect, things that are your standards, right? Start having standards and start sticking to them, because the more you let your standards slide, the lower your self-respect goes. You have to respect yourself, because if you don't respect yourself, no one else is gonna fucking respect you. People are gonna walk over you. Like I said, if you let someone walk over you now, you're gonna let people walk over you your whole entire life, because that is what you subconsciously believe that you deserve. Start realizing your worth. Start actually valuing it and start nurturing it. Start nurturing yourself yourself and realizing what you're worthy of having in life. Start realizing what treatment you're worthy of receiving. And that is exactly how you are going to break the cycles. My camera went flat, but as I was saying, right, start realizing and start understanding what you're worthy of receiving. That kind of brings us towards the end of the video, and I really hope this video is beneficial use to you. I really hope that this video helped you in whatever path you're on in life right now. Just remember that you're not alone in your journey, and I'm here to help you. I'm here to support you. So are the other girlies on this channel. So be sure to subscribe, comment below what helped. I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. I'll leave the links to my podcast with my friend Fleur in the description box below. It's called Being Grounded. I will also leave the links to my Instagram and TikTok down in the description box down below as well. So be sure to check those out. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this. Bye!